Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. Welcome back to the latest transfer news update that we have for you today. Now, we do all know that it's Sunday morning and it's mostly to do with Sunday morning newspapers. I was just going through some of the news which was present in the today's newspaper and in the tabloids. Now, what we have seen is that there's not that much to be reported, other than that the clubs are going for their pre-season tours and there are some transfer stories, and it seems that it's pretty much a quiet Sunday, nothing fresh. Maybe something might happen later in the day today, so that is why I will be trying my very best if I could come in for the afternoon session. If not, then for certainly I'll be coming for the evening session. But before we start any transfer story, guys, please do subscribe to the channel, press that like button as well, and please share this channel with your friends who are into football, so we can grow this football family on this platform of YouTube. So guys, please do subscribe and let's start our episode today. Now, what I've seen in the newspaper today with Sun, they have reported that apparently in regards to Raheem Sterling, he'll be getting his move done. Now they're saying that it will be a £50 million deal. He'll be signing a 6-year deal, which is a big contract. It seems that Chelsea have really convinced the player that they really want him. Offering a 6-year contract is a pretty huge contract. Now, that is not the only player that Chelsea require of City. They are also in talks with City regarding Nathan Ake. Now, Manchester City want the same fee which they think that they paid. They are looking over £40 million. Now, will Chelsea will be willing to offer that amount of money? We'll have to wait and see. As in regards to Chelsea, are looking for at least 3 central defenders. Remember, as Paqueta, he might leave as well alongside Alonso. So we also have those two where they can leave Chelsea. So Chelsea are looking for at least 3 centre backs, and Nathan Ake is going to be the one of them. They were reported that they are interested in Ligt. They are also reported that they are interested in Kounde. Now, if Chelsea are able to sign the likes of Ligt, then Kounde is going to cost them about 120 to 140 million pounds, which is going to be a lot. Do they have almost that kind of money? We do not know yet. It's a new ownership. So far, we have heard that they are looking at some of the names. So it might be the fact that they want Nathan Ake as one of the 3 centre backs. Remember, they've got Thiago Silva as well. So we might see them signing for the centre backs after Raheem Sterling. And once that is addressed, then they will move on for the other attacking targets. Now, in regards to Manchester City, they are also looking at some of the names. But before they do that, they are looking at some contract renewals. The names which have come up front are the likes of Rodri. So they will give an offer extension to Rodri, and they will be also offering a contract extension to Riyad Mahrez. As in regards to Phil Foden, the reports are coming in that he will be getting a new contract worth 200 grand per week, which means that they are going to look at their current players' contracts and they're going to renew them, so that when that thing is sorted, then they can sell the likes of Nathan Ake, and then they will move into the transfer market again. We do know that they are interested in Cucurella. So City are right now trying to get those contract renewals. Once that is done, they will be also speaking to Chelsea about Nathan Ake. So once that is done, then City will be conducting their business as they go further in this transfer window. Now, in regards to, I'll come back to Newcastle United. I want to come back to that in the end. I want to address about Arsenal. Now, Arsenal are working on 2 deals right now. Regarding Lisandro Martinez, it has been reported that Lisandro Martinez basically is interested in a move to Premier League. It can be Manchester United or it can be Arsenal. But what Ajax are trying to do over here is that Ajax want a bidding war between Arsenal and Manchester United. They are not giving any response to Manchester United's latest offer. They are expecting that Arsenal will come in with a late bid, and that is what they're waiting for. They want to up the price to get as much as they can out of this deal. Now, in regards to Lisandro Martinez, what is his personal preference? Now, there are multiple reports coming in saying that he loves to play for Erik ten Hag, and he thinks that if he moves to Manchester United, he's going to have that relationship which is going to grow more and more. Now, in regards to Arsenal, Mikel Arteta wants Lisandro Martinez. We do know that he is looking at Lisandro Martinez just after he lost Raphinha, and he thinks that Lisandro Martinez is an important piece of puzzle for going forward in the next season. Now, if he wants Lisandro Martinez, he will have to offer more than Manchester United. Is he willing to do that? That's another case that what are Arsenal thinking about. But in regards to Arsenal looking at the other position, it's of Tielemans. That's a central midfield player, and he thinks that if you get Tielemans, then it will at least complete the whole squad. And he has already got Vieira, who will be playing in that attacking position. So he got the likes of Odegaard, he got the likes of Vieira. And if he had Tielemans, who will play alongside Partey and the other players, is going to complete the whole squad. So in that regards, Arsenal are currently looking at both Tielemans and Lisandro Martinez. Now, coming towards other club, I will be reporting to you about Southampton. Now, Southampton are chasing another deal for the Celtic star Moussa Dembele. They want him, and they are looking at a £10 million deal. Can Southampton get Moussa Dembele is another thing, but Southampton are also pretty much sure that James Ward-Prowse is not going to leave the club. He was linked to West Ham United, but it seems that he will be staying at Southampton. As we all know that Southampton are trying to acquire those players and trying to rebuild, and it seems that they have got Aribo, and they are looking very much forward to rebuild the squad so that when they go into the new season, they will be quite afresh with some fresh faces, as well as their captain Prowse, who will be looking to stay at Southampton. So nothing has come up with West Ham United. They were interested in him, but so far anything further has gone bust and nothing is coming up, and it seems that Southampton are willing to keep the captain for long. Now, in regards to other news, we'll be also speaking about Manchester United. Now, Manchester United are looking at number 2 goalkeeper after Dean Henderson left, and it seems that they are looking for a former Lazio goalkeeper who they can sign on a free. That means United have some trouble with some finances. They are looking to sign players on free like Eriksen, and the name of this goalkeeper is Thomas Strakosha. I do not know about this player. I haven't seen about him. I haven't seen him played, but it seems that United are looking to get him as a number 2 for David De Gea, and hopefully he'll be good. But it seems that Lazio are interested in Maximiano for 10 million euros. So apparently he's leaving on a free. Maybe United sign him on a free and try to at least reduce the cost. Now, in another big news regarding Manchester United, I'm going to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. This news has been circulating on all over the tabloids. It's about Cristiano Ronaldo receiving the bonus payments, and it seems that Cristiano Ronaldo is receiving that bonus payment 6 days ago, and then after 6 days he just announced that he wants to leave the club, which seems to be not working properly with fans. Fans do not think that Cristiano Ronaldo would have done that. Maybe the Manchester United PR is working in that regard. So let's see what happens going further with Cristiano Ronaldo, but it's for sure that he will leave the club. Now, in regards to Frenkie de Jong, the report came in yesterday night. If you haven't seen that episode, you need to go out and check out yesterday's episode, the evening one, in which it was reported that Sport, which is a tabloid from Spain, has reported that Frenkie de Jong has rejected Manchester United due to the fact that they are not playing in Champions League, and he thinks that Manchester United currently are not in a position where they are not in competitive stage. They are not even going to challenge for the title, and he thinks that at this time and at this age, he doesn't think that moving to Manchester United is going to be good for his career. Now, how much truth is there in that? It was also reported by Duncan Castles, and let's see how this news progresses. But if in case United do not get Frenkie de Jong, there's going to be, I think, a lot of reaction coming from United fans, because United fans see at this as 3 months wasted, and they could have got other targets, and they just wasted 3 months on a single player. And if they're not able to get it, it's going to be quite embarrassing. They knew that Erik ten Hag wanted Frenkie de Jong as a compulsive player. He said that he was the number 1 target, and he wanted to build this United side with him inside, and it seems that it hasn't worked that way. And fans are calling for John Murtough to resign, as well as Richard Arnold. So let's see how this one progresses. Now going further, Liverpool so far haven't gone into the window with other names. They have been very quiet in that regard. They've just got Darwin Núñez. They sold Sadio Mane. Now, will they get any more players? Let's see. The transfer window is still open, but so far nothing new has been reported regarding Liverpool. They're really quiet. Maybe they're working quiet behind the scenes, but we'll find out about that a little bit later. Now, in regards to Juventus are going to be signing Paul Pogba, who had his medical. He'll be a new Juventus player. And Juventus also signed Di Maria. He left PSG after 7 years. So most probably Paul Pogba will be joining Juventus as a new player. So finally he'll be going back to his old club and playing in Italy. So that's what he wanted. He didn't want to renew contract with United. So he'll be playing for Juventus. And as regard for other news, I'm just going to go through some other news if something have I missed. Vinicius Junior has signed a new contract with Real Madrid. It's going to be until 2027. So he has signed a new contract with his brilliant season with Real Madrid, winning the Champions League as well as La Liga. Now, Aston Villa have reached an agreement with Sevilla to sign Ludwig Augustinsson as a new left back. The deal is now in place. So Steven Gerrard working to get his left back, and it's a loan move with an option to buy included. So it's a loan move, and if it works, then they will change it into a complete permanent move. And let's see what happens. There's still some details yet to be completed, maybe on the player side. So we'll see what happens on that front. Now, in other news, Ousmane Dembele's situation is clear. He'll be staying at Barcelona. He'll be signing that new contract. As regarding to Raphinha, it's still in the air because Leeds United have to make a decision alongside Barcelona if they're willing to offer that amount of money. Once that is sorted, then Barcelona will get Raphinha. And it seems that they will be having good two forwards up front with two wingers in the likes of Ousmane Dembele as well as Raphinha. Now, let's see what happens going further regarding other targets such as Lewandowski as well as Jules Kounde and Bernardo Silva. I think Bernardo Silva is going to be out of the range. And as for the likes of Lewandowski, is going to be the next move which will take place. But remember, Frenkie de Jong, if he doesn't move to Manchester United, do not know where will Barcelona get their money to make all those moves regarding Jules Kounde and Lewandowski. So it seems it's going to be pretty hard. And let's see what Barcelona do and what kind of decision do they come up with. And that is so far what we have in regards to all of the news that we have got. West Ham United are still speaking to Jesse Lingard. So are Newcastle United. But there was some news which was a rumor kind of thing that it mentioned that Jesse Lingard is interested in MLS. So he fancies himself playing in USA. So don't know how much truth is in there. Maybe he does. But let's see how much truth is in there. I do know that this is a World Cup year. And don't think so he'll be moving too early in his career to MLS. Maybe he's just exploring an option, maybe a little bit later, what he does in his career. As far as we know, David Moyes really prefers him to come back and play for West Ham United. Remember, West Ham United want to sell Said Benrahma because they think that he hasn't been able to produce to what they thought when they bought him. He hasn't fulfilled the promise, similar to Gerard Bowen. They thought that they would get like at least good return in terms of goals and assists. So far he hasn't been able to produce that, and West Ham United therefore are speaking to Jesse Lingard representatives, and they are hoping that if they can sign Jesse Lingard, then at least they will be sure that the goals will be coming in from the likes of Lingard because he's able to score. He can play as a second striker. He can play just off number 9 as Michael Antonio, and he can produce those goals as he did when he played for West Ham United. But Newcastle United are also quite serious in him. Now, in another news is, I do not know how much truth is in there because these days around, newspapers and all those media outlets, they just fetch a report and they tend to send it out. Now, most of these sources are saying that Arsenal are interested in Tielemans. But yesterday, a news came in that Paqueta of Lyon is of an interest to Mikel Arteta. Now, sometimes these stories are driven by the agents such as Dybala to Manchester United. Now, Dybala to Manchester United has a little bit died down. Maybe it was kind of thing driven from the agents so that they could make their players relevant and known in the market. It's just kind of saying that, you know what, we have clubs interested in our player, and perhaps if you want to have a player, you need to offer this much kind of contract and this much kind of a fee, maybe a signing on fee and things like that. And sometimes agents, they are being tasked by the clubs, you know, that if you are able to find a buyer, then you can have that freedom where the player can move to a new club. Now with Paqueta, he was linked strongly to Newcastle United. Newcastle United want the player, but it was reported like a day or two that Paqueta is being linked to Arsenal. Now those kind of rumors are just for catching like the fans' attention. They tend to love those kind of transfer rumors and stories, and it hasn't been reported by many outlets or by many journalists. So those kind of things, they tend to die down after a day or two. So I'm looking forward with tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow, if anything comes out with Paqueta. If it doesn't, then that means it's just a make-up story. It's nothing true in there. And as far as I know, that Newcastle United was speaking to Lyon about Paqueta. It has to do with the fee, because Lyon want around 50 million euros. Newcastle United think that's a little bit too much. They are looking at a figure between 35 to 40 million. Now Newcastle United are quite sensible in this transfer market. They don't want to go over the board and spend like over the odds. They have seen the likes of Everton wasting lots of money and being in financial trouble. They don't want to go through that route. They are quite sensible. There was this article, and it was Eddie Howe who has mentioned that apparently he does know that there are some expectations this season that Newcastle United are going to spend some money, and he thinks that Newcastle United are going to be wise in sense that they don't want to pay over the odds. They don't want to go and spend money for the sake of it. If they are interested in a player, if they think that player is going to improve the quality of the squad, then they will go and buy. Remember that Newcastle United were linked with so many players such as Ismail Sarr. Now that kind of transfer rumor or transfer story has died down. We do know that Ismail Sarr was linked with many clubs, but Newcastle United were in the forefront. But if you look back at 2 to 3 weeks, that transfer rumor or story isn't coming up. It hasn't been reported by anyone. So Newcastle United do know that they will be linked to many players by many tabloids, by many journalists, and they don't want to be pushed into that. They do know that if Newcastle United are interested in a player, then certainly what's going to happen is they will be a chance that the price will go up, and they don't want that. Remember Ekiteke, they were speaking to Ekiteke, they were speaking to Rene and Reigns, and everything was agreed, everything was done, but then the player representatives, they turned back. They wanted more wages, and somehow it didn't work out, and Newcastle United haven't made that deal permanent, and it's just a matter of the agreement. So this thing will happen with Newcastle United, that they will be linked with the player, they'll go for a player, then the price will go up. Same as players, they will want more wages, because they do know that Newcastle United, they have new money and they would want to have lots of share with that money. I think Eddie Howe is going to be quite sensible about that. He's not going to spend the money just for the sake of it. So Newcastle United fans are going to be a little bit patient. It's not something that they decide about a player and they go for it. They're going to be quite sensible about spending their money. Now coming towards Barcelona, Barcelona are also quite sure that they will be able to get out of this financial problems, because there was this article saying that Barcelona look at this transfer window as a key for the future. They think that if they're able to come out of this, then the next transfer windows are going to be quite easier, because they believe in Xavi and they think that Xavi can pull them out of this financial trouble. So Barcelona fans, they have to be patient in this transfer window, because there'll be many players leaving in the next transfer window as well. So right now in this window, it's all about those money owed to those players who are currently playing for Barcelona. Remember, Frenkie de Jong is in the similar situation where he is owed 17 million euros in terms of wages, which Barcelona have to pay him. Remember, he deferred that payment. He said that because of balancing the books, he's willing to take that payment a little bit later. But if they want to sell, Frenkie de Jong to Manchester United or to Chelsea or to any other club, then they need to pay him that money. Now, if Barcelona do end up paying him that money, it will be not good for the books. So Barcelona are looking for a way around, and what they've done is they've offered him a new contract in which they're offering him less wages, but so far he hasn't accepted that. So that means that Barcelona right now are in a lot of financial trouble. So Barcelona fans will have to be patient as well. Now, coming back to Tottenham, as we do know that Tottenham have been quite busy in the transfer window, and yesterday I did break in the story where it was reported that Tottenham have left Harry Winks as well as Reguilon and Ndombele, and those players who have been not taken for the preseason tour. That's basically a message, or you could say signaling that they're willing to listen to offers for those players, so they're willing to sell those players. And remember that Tottenham are trying to raise some cash. Once they're able to do that, then they will look at the transfer market again, and perhaps they'll go for more additions. So it seems that Antonio Conte is going to be backed by the Tottenham board, and it seems that he will challenge for the title the way he is building this side, and most probably he might go for another midfielder or maybe an attacker. Let's see, because Bergwijn has moved to Ajax. So let's see what do Tottenham do on that front. And so far Tottenham have done pretty good piece of business regarding getting Richarlison, Bissouma, and they want to get Spence. Let's see if they will be able to get him. And so far they have left 4 players: Reguilon, Harry Winks, and Ndombele, Lo Celso. So they want to sell those players. So I'm sure that most of the teams will be looking at those players and seeing if they can get some sort of discount on that. Now we're gonna also mention about PSG. PSG are willing to sell Kimpembe. They are interested in Skriniar. So far nothing new has been reported. It has gone quiet. Maybe they're still talking, and somehow, some way, we might see Inter Milan maybe making a compromise and accepting a lower bid, which PSG want, and we will see Kimpembe also moving. Let's see which club does he moves to. Now I'll be also speaking about Wolves. It has been reported that Ruben Neves might be staying at Wolves due to the fact that no club has come in with the amount of money that Wolves are looking for, which is around £50 million. Arsenal were linked to him strongly, so were Barcelona, but it seems that nobody has come up with a bid. So that means Ruben Neves might stay at Wolves, which might be good news. But remember, Wolves are in financial trouble as well. So they are looking at many exits as they can. They want to raise some cash so they do not go into that financial problem. So Wolves are currently looking at other players which they can sell so that they can try to raise some cash. And maybe later we will see what happens. Remember Adama Traore, he came back from Barcelona. Nothing happened in regards to him by staying at Barcelona permanently. So Barcelona have kind of moved on to the other targets such as Raphinha, as well as keeping Ousmane Dembele. So Adama Traore coming back to Wolves. Let's see, maybe a club would wait till the end and come in with a late bid, with a lower bid to get Traore. Will Wolves bite to that? We'll wait and see. I think this transfer window is going to be more about patience. Most of the clubs, they don't want to spend a lot of money, and that is why we will see this time around that the deadline day is going to be quite busy. And let's hope that it will be one of the transfer window to be remembered for, because I think there's still much more business left to do. And the bigger clubs, even the clubs who are in the middle, even from all over the Europe, they're not going into this transfer market that heavily. They are quite sensible. I think so far what I've really liked is Lazio. The kind of players profile they went after is quite impressive. I've been quite amazed at Tottenham, the way they have conducted business this time around. Arsenal have done pretty good. Other than that Raphinha deal, I think they should have bid a little bit more and should have done it, because player was willing to come to Arsenal. But somehow his always preference was Barcelona. But it seems that so far City, they've also done some good business. They still have to make sure that there's some exits to be done, and then they will go back into the market, signing such as the likes of Cucurella. Manchester United are shambles. They're going to be shambles anyway, because it doesn't seem that it's working for them. So let's see how that one goes. So far they have been able to get just Malacia. They will sign Eriksen in a day or two, and after that, if Frenkie de Jong deal goes bust, then Manchester United will be looking for some other targets, and there's going to be a strong backlash from the fans. There's already a campaign starting for Glazers out and everything with that. There might be a strike. The fans might not go into the stadium, and it seems that the reaction is going to go into that manner because Cristiano Ronaldo has also mentioned that he wants to leave. So there's going to be a strong backlash coming from United fans. They thought that maybe Erik ten Hag coming as a new manager, he'll be back strongly, but so far there's no strong evidence to be seen. So United fans are going to go into that gear where they're going to be really angry and going to make those strikes again. So this is what the updates we have so far, guys. Please do subscribe to the channel, press that like button, guys, and please share this channel with your friends, and I'll be really thankful if you guys can subscribe. I'm really looking forward for your support. We are trying to grow this channel as much as we can. I'll be trying to tune in the afternoon if any transfer stories do develop, and there are 3 sessions that we do around over here. The first one is 10 a.m. in the morning, the second one is in the afternoon, which is 3 p.m, and the third session is the evening one, which is between 8 to 9, and these are all UK times, guys. These are all GMT, so that's what you need to keep in mind. So please do subscribe to the channel, press that like button if you really love football, if you want to know about transfer stories which are being developed. If you have any questions, you can give in your questions as well in the comment section. There's a chat box over there. So please do subscribe to the channel, and I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you, every one of you who have tuned in today, and hopefully I'll see you in the afternoon session and the evening one. So thank you very much for watching and have a nice one. I'll see you in the afternoon as well as in the evening. Have a nice one. Bye bye.